All right. Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining me for another video lecture. Today, we are going to look at the part of a short story. This is to help you with your writing assignment that is going to be due on Friday. Okay, let's get started. So, first thing we need to do is read through the story. Pay close attention. I'm going to be highlighting or underlining things as I go. Once there was a naughty lamb. Okay. His mother always loved her child so much that she worried about the safety of the child. His mother always warned, "Be careful. You must not go into the forest. The wild animals live in there. They may threaten you. Sometimes they would eat you." But the mischievous lamb never listened. The lamb casually went into the forest and played there for a long time till it turned dark in the evening. Okay. One day, as usual, the lamb wandered into the forest. There he saw a spring. "I'm thirsty. Let me drink some water," he thought. He decided to take water from the spring for his thirst. While the lamb was drinking water in the spring, a wolf watched him behind a tree. "A lamb! My lucky day," the wolf thought. Approaching the lamb was not aware of the wolf for some time. There was no one besides these two animals to save the lamb from the wolf. "You know, this forest belongs only to wild animals like me. Why have you come in here to take water from this spring?" asked the wolf. The lamb knew that wolves were dangerous animals. "Mother has warned me about wolves. I am sure this fellow wants to eat me for his lunch. This fellow is ferocious. I must escape from this animal," he thought. The wolf continued, "You are also dirtying water. How will I drink this polluted water now?" Okay, since this is Screencastify, I cannot move my screen that much, but I'm going to go ahead and get started. So if you see me underline things in blue, I started by highlighting some characters. So we've got three so far. That is the mom, the lamb, and the wolf. I'm also trying to write with my mouse, so excuse me, but right here we have an intro. So we have a beginning right off in here. This is where the story starts. If you look right here, I'm gonna do like a little S for setting, because now we're in the forest. And then again, I guess that's double S's, because we're at a spring. So we have two examples of setting. If you notice here, we have some transition in the story. One day, once, like once upon a time. This is to start the story. This is the kind of transition between events. Okay, these are some things that you guys need to have in your story. Okay, um, this right here, the things that are in quotes, are an example of dialogue. I'm gonna put D. This is an example of characters talking or interacting with one another. This is some things that you may need if your people talk to each other in the story. Here we have some imagery. It turned dark. Okay. The wolf watched from behind a tree. Um, we have some descriptive language here. So we're seeing everything that the wolf is doing. Okay. So these are just some things you need to have. Here we have some rising action. We're starting to get into the meat and potatoes of the story. This is before we hit the climax because we don't know what's happening next. Um, Sorry for that. Had to take a drink. So far we see some examples of some things you need in our story. Right off in here, and even going down further, this is our middle. So this is where all the content of the story basically is. This is where we start getting into the nitty gritty. This is how we do our middle part. I am also running out of time, so I'm going to have to keep this very, very short. So far you see your beginning, your intro, your middle. We have some examples of setting in the story, which we said you needed. You have examples of transition. When you watch the full thing, you'll see it's a page, but I have to sign off. So I will see you in the second half of this story where we find some elements there.